Hey guys, J Spot here. This is J Spot Plays. I'm going to do something a little new all by myself here. So we're doing a J Spot Plays with himself, by himself, for himself. Actually, for you guys. Hopefully you like this. We're doing J Spot Plays comic books. We're going to start off with Magneto numero uno, Magneto number 1, part of the all new Marvel Now branding. If you're asking yourself, why is Magneto bald? You guys need to read comic books. Like, start all the way back at AVX and then come forward. It's good stuff, I promise. I can only speak for Marvel, of course, because that's all I read. I'm biased. Maybe I'm dumb for that. I don't know. But, yeah, Magneto. Let's get into it. Yeah, I saw him. Might have missed him at first. He was like a ghost, trying to blend in, hiding in plain sight. But you work at this job long enough and you start to pay attention, you know? Making a non-fat double shot becomes second nature, like autopilot or something. So you watch the world around you to distract yourself. So, yeah, I saw this guy walk right in and sit down with Dr. Hatcher. Doc Hatcher comes in every morning at the same time and sits at the same table, and this guy knew it. Couldn't hear everything they said. Something about crimes against evolution and genetic genocide. And then he pulled all the fillings out of the doc's mouth with the snap of his fingers. The screams. Nobody should ever hear screams like that. That wasn't the worst of it, though. Because after he threw the doc into the street, he replaced the fillings. If I was you, I'd leave this guy alone, you know? Because I could see it in his eyes. You know how I said making coffee was like second nature to me? That was killing for this guy. Like autopilot. To live amongst the stars. To rule jungle kingdoms. To guide entire nations. Only to find oneself here. A self-loathing man might see this as deserved punishment. A vain man might compare this descent to the Christian's devil's fall from heaven. Me? I think the coffee's not terrible. I've been known by many names. Max Eisenhardt, Eric Lesnar, Magnus, Magneto. Each name marks its own sin, and one day I'll answer for those offenses, but not today. My only actions, what I do in the name of all mutants, hold any real meaning. May I join you? I'm sorry? Do I know you? You do not, although it is surprising we haven't met yet. Dr. Eli Hatcher, a.k.a. Derek Unger, a.k.a. John Hendricks. We orbit circles that should have brought us together before now. After all, your contributions to anti-mutant organizations such as the Purifiers, the Right, and the Friends Against Humanity have been significant. Is that who you're with? I thought... What you thought was that you'd never need answer for the crimes against evolution, for your support of genetic genocide. But that's only because no one was asking the questions. Until now. The past often plots the course of one's future. In the past, Dr. Hatcher played games with mutants' lives, and I've taken his future from him. I won't be answering for my own wrongdoings anytime soon, but I'll make sure others pay for theirs. I wonder if the devil feels the same. Housekeeping? Hello, Mr. Sullivan. Do you need... I don't think so, Dina. Thank you. The room can last another day. But did you bring what I asked for? Yes, Mr. Sullivan. She says the name as frequently as possible. She knows it's an alias and it makes her nervous. But through repetition, she convinces herself that I'm no threat. That I'm not dangerous. Still, while Dina knows I'm not who I say, I doubt she realizes who I am. Unless I'm wearing the helmet, I'm rarely recognized. Rarely. Dina. A moment, please. Yes, Mr. Sullivan? Forget something? Oh, I did forget. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Have a nice day. You're paranoid, old man. Her boyfriend, the babysitter, maybe her mother. The phone call was innocent and therefore inconsequential. Unless Dina is a better actress than I suspect. But in any case, I won't be here much longer. My resources are limited these days. Where I once built some of the most sophisticated communication systems in the world, I now toil with refurbished laptops and newspaper clippings. But, diminished though I may be, I've managed to stay several steps ahead of those who are interested in my activities, such as S.H.I.E.L.D. They've gone so far as to plant false information in the media, reports of crimes against mutant kind meant to draw me out. They forget who they're dealing with. They forget I've seen so much tragedy and terror that I'd never mistake a ruse for the real thing. It's only a matter of time before I strike at a target that will make me worthy of their best efforts. In the meantime, they're simply spread too thin to make the connections. They simply don't have the manpower to canvass this much hate. Getting here took longer than I'm accustomed to, but I'm traveling under the radar, so to speak. And the last time I flew long distances, I overshot my destination by 300 miles and I was exhausted for a week. The newspapers, with their litany of murder, form a trail of breadcrumbs for someone who knows what he's looking for. 3 murders, 3 crimes against mutants. As easy to follow as a child's dot-to-dot puzzle. But the killer, arriving here and turning himself over to authorities, was unexpected. This complicates things. The murderer, a vagrant named Colton Hendry, is jailed, yes. But for how long? It's a simple matter of time before he's whisked away, transferred to another facility, lost in the system. And how long then before he is free? He might have turned himself in, but how long before his feelings of guilt wear thin? A monster can only masquerade as a man for so long, and cages seldom hold once the true beast is revealed. Eric, Max, Magnus, Magneto, terrorist, savior, hero, villain. Strolling into a room full of police officers, it's like riding a bicycle. You never forget. It's Magneto! Let's talk. Talk? No, please. I don't know what you want, but I'm dangerous. He's afraid. Face to face with a real threat, feeling what his victims must have felt. Just leave me alone. I can't do that. You eliminated that option when you murdered those mutants. The word shocks him. Murdered? No, I never meant to. I didn't want to. And then I feel it, an undercurrent my former self would have recognized straight away. A chill runs down my spine, closes around my heart. I know what I'm dealing with here. Grr. Mutant identified. Designate Magneto. Directive. Cybernetics fused with human muscle and bone. Developed with a singular purpose: to hunt, to destroy, terminate, to kill mutants. death machines masquerading as human. The similarities to the Omega Sentinels is apparent, but this is different. More rudimentary, cobbled together. Still effective, though. Like me. Yarr. I might not be able to reshape the metal, but I can rip it from the flesh. He looks surprised, not at his own demise. Ugh. Hurts. Ugh. But at being here at all. Who did this to you? Down acres. That's where they found me. Someone turned this boy into a murder machine. He was as much a victim as the mutants he killed. I'm not a killer. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I couldn't stop myself. There are others who must answer for these deaths. It was like I was on... I'll find them. And then... autopilot. All right, guys. I hope that was as much fun for you as it was for me. I hope it's interesting. There was a lot of mess ups in there, and I think I'm going to just save them and maybe make a gag reel. And then maybe I do a couple of these. Maybe I release them. Maybe they just get deleted because, I mean, who knows how good this one is. We'll find out. If you got suggestions, please throw the... Whoa, excuse me. See, there's a burp. I'm not going to edit that out. If you got suggestions, please shoot them my way. You can find me on Facebook, Jonathan Spotswood. On Twitter, jspot_KCSRK. On Twitch, jspot_KCSRK. On Xbox Live, jspot space KCSRK. I'm jspot. jspot plays. Find me on the YouTubes, jspot plays. Find me on the YouTubes with jspot. Find me. Get at me. I love comic books. If you have a request, please allow me to fill it for you. I would love to. And I really hope you enjoyed this. I sure did. Thanks. And as soon as I find the next piece where it jumps out to me as much as this one did, I'm going to make it. I'm going to pop it up here. And you guys can laugh at me some more. Well, thanks for joining. This has been J-Spot Plays. I really hope to see you later.